Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to another edition of the Monday Morning Mentor. I am going to be your coach today, Chad Thibodeaux, and our teaching today is on how to create a value ladder that adds value and creates multiple streams of income. We're so glad that you guys are here. This is my first training in our brand new studio, and super pumped about it. I'm actually just sitting at my desk right now where I'll be working every day for the next several years. And behind me is my living room. If you see it, it's my living room area where we'll be doing a lot of teachings and trainings and interviews on those couches. And of course, this is all open to you. To my, I guess that would be behind me over here. You'll see this is a conference room area. We're going to have an interactive flat panel TV there, like where I can draw on it and show PowerPoints and do all kinds of live teachings. To my right, which you can't see, is going to be our podcasting area, where it's like a full-blown radio station where you can come and do live podcasts and interview people. We're going to have the best equipment. And then behind me over there is our video studio. We're going to have a video wall that the backgrounds will change. We have multiple backgrounds as well that you can film webinars and coaching videos and coaching trainings, and super excited about that. And of course, where I'm at is our interactive workstation where you can come here and you could teach in an academic setting if you wanted to, just sort of like I'm doing here. So I'm pretty excited about that, and so can't wait to do that. Speaking of that, just a little commercial, and then I'm going to get right into the teaching. Today at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is just about 3 hours away, we're going to be doing a live drawing in my Design Academy, in the CF Design Academy. And one of my students is actually we're going to pay for them. We're going to fly them here to Arizona. They're going to be here in my brand new studio. And what we're going to do is we're going to do their entire webinar for them. So I'm launching a brand new coaching series called Launch 90X on how to launch a business using a webinar in the next 90 days. And we've got 12 steps that we're going to be doing. And we'll be teaching these steps one step a week. I'm going to be giving you homework. And at the end of that, sometime around Labor Day, you're going to be launching your business using a full-blown webinar. It's going to be awesome. And one of our students, one of our lucky students, we're going to pay for it. We're going to put them on an airplane. We're going to get them to Phoenix, put them in a hotel for a couple of days. We're going to get them right here in our studio. And my team and I, we're going to build out. We're going to do everything for them. We're going to do their commercials. We're going to do their Facebook ads. We're going to do the 4-part video series. We're going to record their webinar. I may even host their webinar with them if they want me to do that. We'll do all the follow-up videos, all the email sequencing, all the funnels, everything. We're paying for it 100%. So I don't know how much the travel and hotels and everything's going to be cost, but it would cost you somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 for all the filming and everything that we're going to do for you. And then you throw on the $7,200 fee that we would charge to build out your entire funnel sequencing for your webinar. That's a huge package. So this is like a $20,000 or $25,000 package that one of our students is going to be getting absolutely free today at 1 o'clock. You say, hey, Chad, I want in. How can I get in on that drawing? Because we're going to be just doing a drawing at 1 o'clock today. Well, it's not difficult at all. First thing you have to do is you have to be a student of the Design Academy. Okay? So you just go to Facebook, go to groups and look us up, CF Design Academy. That's it, CF Design Academy, and join. It's free, and we do tons of trainings. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm doing live trainings in there. I give you a ton of funnels. I give you all kinds of free email sequences. It's an incredible community, the most generous community ever. And then we go out and we change the world by doing free marketing stuff for nonprofits all around the world. So if you want to be a part of that life-giving group, there's about 1,000 of us in there now, which I'm super excited. So if you want to be a part of that group, just go join us. And then you'll see that we made an offer for this Launch 90X webinar training. So many of you guys may remember last week becoming on becoming on Facebook Live and letting you know that we're going to be giving this to you for 50%. So it was $1,470. We were going to knock it in half, and then I was going to finance it for you, 12 payments of $6,150. And then I just sort of had a dream that I was super generous and did something. I woke up the next morning and said, hey, I happen to own this thing, so why can't I do it? And I went on and said, hey, what we're going to do is you pay the first payment of $61.50, and I'm going to pay the next 11. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to get 12 weeks of live group coaching. You'll be in an incredible network, and you can go on that. I put a post in the CF Design Academy of everything that you're going to get in those 12 weeks. So go there, check it out, and we'd love to have you join us at $61.50 one time. That's it. We're never going to charge you. It's normally $1,470. And but I need a group of beta students to go through the first launch with me. So if you want in, you're going to get a heck of a value for $61.50, plus your name's going to go in a hat. And at 1 o'clock today, we are going to be drawing a winner, which I think is super fun. So anyway, that's it. So let's get to the training. Karen says, hey, Chad, good luck. How are you? Thank you. Magdalena says, nice looking office, Chad. Yeah, I love it. I'm super excited about it. What's crazy about this, Magdalena, is there's a restaurant here in Phoenix called Thibodeaux. It's an Italian restaurant, and I've been going to it for years, and my studio is right above it. And so in the morning, it's bad because they like emptying their grease trap, and it smells like a bunch of dead animals for like 30 minutes. It's bad. But then all of a sudden it changes, and it's like the most amazing Italian food smell all day long, which is crazy. So it's a lot of fun. Asamoto Yuki says, hello, Chad. Glad to see you're much better. Thank you. I am feeling better. Thank you so much for your well wishes. Karen says, good luck, Chad. Thank you. Michelle says, hey, Chad, when you're coming to Denver? You know, Michelle, I need to make that happen really soon. Danny says, yes, please. Yeah, so Danny, get in. Yale says, Chad, you're so generous. Thank you, Yale. Really appreciate it. Sign up for this. You seriously can't lose. What's up, Shane? Good to see you, big guy. Sabrina Henry says, hey, Chad and everyone, and thank you so much for the huge gift. Yeah, Sabrina, it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be a blast. Jodine says, you are amazing. Brandy says, is this just for the Design Academy? I thought this was what you said. Yes, this is just for the Design Academy, Brandy. You have to be in the Design Academy in order to win that, okay? It's not for everybody. It's just for the people in the Design Academy. So if you're not in the Design Academy, you can't get in. Office is beautifully decorated. How was the pedicure, Chad? You know, the pedicure was pretty good, Magdalena. It was good. You know, the part, though, I can't stand is like when they take that file and they start doing your toes, it's like, I can't deal with it. So, well, anyway, hey, let's get to our training today. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys a lot about what we call a value ladder. And if you have a pencil and a piece of paper, I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and grab it. And I want you guys to follow along. Mark says, looking sharp. Thanks, Mark. Really appreciate it. Sarabjit says, the office is looking amazing. Thanks, Sarabjit. Really appreciate it. So I want you guys to grab a pencil and a piece of paper. And the training today is how to create a value ladder that adds value and creates multiple streams of income. To me, that's incredibly important, because if all you do is add value to somebody, then you're going to be incredibly generous. You may even develop a following, but you're not going to make any money. Okay, and if money's not an object for you, then that's okay. Then go and be generous. And I love to be generous. Those of you who've been following me for a while know that I sort of try to pride myself on being the most generous guy in ClickFunnels, because I believe in the biblical principle that give and it should be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And I believe in that. I teach that. I practice that. And I love that. And I love to be generous, especially if you're part of my Design Academy. I love to just give you anything and everything, and I love that. But there comes a point where you have to be strategic with it. And if you're not strategic with your generosity, then what's going to happen is you're going to have a huge following that you give everything to, but yet you're not going to have anything, any money on the back end. And what's going to happen if you don't have any money coming in on the back end, then you're not going to be able to be generous anymore. So what this value ladder that I'm going to teach you today is, it's how to create a value ladder that adds value and creates multiple streams of income. And that word multiple is incredibly important, because if you're simply relying on one stream of income to be able to sustain your business, then when someone or something or the environment or the economy or whatever, Facebook gets in trouble and their algorithms change and the GDPR kicks in and now you can't advertise to Europe anymore or whatever. When that stuff kicks in, if you're only relying on one multiple stream of income, anything can take you down. So what I teach is to be able to create multiple streams of income, and I'm going to teach you how to create 5 streams of income today. This is backwards, so how do I do this? I'm going to teach you how to create multiple streams of income today using this little method. So you guys ready to join? Let's jump in. Okay. So let me give you the labels on each one of these. Okay, so at this lower end right here, this is what we call a lead magnet. Okay, a lead magnet. So you can just on your little docket right here, you can simply put LM for lead magnet. Okay, lead magnet. Now, if you want, I have a professionally designed one of these. Give me a second. I'll go ahead and put in the. in the notes here for you if you want to professionally design one. I actually really encourage you, though, wait for a while before you use a professionally designed one, because I like to scribble, okay? And what I learned is blank sheets of paper sort of open up your mind and your heart, and you can just be thoughtful and creative. Or sometimes when you have a template already prepared for you, your mind sort of just goes and conforms itself to those templates, and I'm not a big gigantic fan of that. So let me pull this out for you, see if I can find something for you real quick, and I'll just grab it and put that in for you right here. I think this is it. Hopefully this works, okay? All right, so I just put a link. If you were in my public page, I just put a link in there for you that you can grab this little document. Hopefully it works. Hopefully there's not any privacy settings to it, because I don't have time to fix that right this moment. I can fix it when we're done with the training, but there you go. So, but anyway, so at the bottom of this, you're going to talk about a lead magnet, and we're going to come back to the lead magnet in a minute. Then the next level is typically what we call a tripwire, okay, a tripwire, okay? A tripwire is basically something that helps break the largest psychological barrier that customers have online, and that is actually pulling out their credit card and giving you money. And what a tripwire does, a tripwire allows you to give them something of massive value at just a little bit of money, okay, massive value at just a little bit of money, and people are like, oh, what the heck, why not? Tomorrow in our Design Academy training, this morning, I hopped on, and Ping Jun has a funnel out there, and I hacked his funnel. So what I did was I actually went through his entire funnel. I bought everything on there. It cost me a lot of money. I screenshotted everything, and I'm going to rebuild that funnel for you tomorrow. And something that he does amazingly well with his business is he does these tripwires really, really, really well. And I'm going to be showing you a tripwire on how you can do that. Then the third thing is you're going to have what's called a core product. Now, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through each of these. I'm just filling out the value ladder in a minute, and then we're going to walk through this. A core product. A core product is typically residual income if you can, a continuity program if you can, something that brings you revenue on an ongoing basis. That is a core product. If it's not a residual program, it's basically that thing that your business is sort of known for, okay? Then you have what's called an upsell, The fourth level here is an upsell, okay? So when somebody buys your core product, typically people have a question that says, what else do you have for me? What else do you have for me? And that is the upsell. And then the top one is what we call the high ticket offer, okay, the high ticket offer. So when you're building out your lead magnet, this is sort of where we're going. Lead magnet, tripwire, core product, upsell, and high ticket offer. And I want you to notice that this is part of a, a graph here, that the bottom is time, okay, time. And then over here, this is money. And the idea is that the more time that you have to spend on something, or the more time that a client gets with you, well, then the higher the price goes, okay? So the more time that you have to spend on something, or the more time you give a client, then the idea is that the higher the price goes. So down here at lead magnet, tripwire, core product, you don't want to be spending a ton of time right here, okay? And because of that, you don't have to charge a lot of money, but you can get a lot of people into that funnel. If you were to do this, okay, and I'll just show you this, another way to design this is like literally add a funnel, okay? And what I mean by that is if you were to draw a funnel and you were to put lead magnet, core product, lead magnet, tripwire, core product, upsell, high ticket offer, you can see this right here. You could put it in the form of a funnel right here, right? And so the idea is that the majority, lots of people, let me see if I can do this, lots of people are going to get your lead magnet, okay? Lots of people. And then a few less will get your tripwire, a few less will get your core product, a few less will get your upsell, a few less will get your high ticket offer. But typically, if you have a functioning funnel, typically you will sell products at every level. I like to think of it like an airplane, okay? So you think about an airplane. An airplane has high-end products, right? So they have first class. And it's typically like 3 times or 4 times the amount of a regular price ticket. And some people love to fly first class. That's great. You know, I've never been rich enough to fly first class on a consistent basis. I've flown it twice, and both times were free. And so, but people buy it, right? Like you walk in, and typically the front of the plane is always full, okay? It's always full with people who paid 3 or 4 times the amount. And then just below first class on a bigger plane, you have what's called business class. And business class is about double the cost of a regular ticket. And then you have economy. And airplanes are even getting really tricky. So where you have the economy, okay, the peasants, as I like to call them, and they're giving you little leg room. You're cramped in there. You're all tight. They typically put a 300-pound guy in your lap. That's the economy. And then you can pay a little bit more money, and then you get to select your own seat. So Frontier Airlines does this all the time, right? So you pay one amount of money for a ticket, and oh, you don't want to sit in the bathroom the entire time. Oh, great. You want a real seat? Oh, well, that'll be an additional $35. Oh, you want to select your seat? Oh, great. Well, that'll be an additional $35. Oh, you want a seat with leg room where you can actually put your legs in? Oh, that's an additional $28. You want to bring a backpack on the plane? Oh, well, that's an additional $17. You would like to actually bring a suitcase? Oh, my gosh, it's an additional $50. And they start hitting you with all these fees, right? Well, that's their value ladder. So what they do is they get you in way down here with a really low ticket. Hey, you can fly from here to Paris for $19 round trip. Great. And by the time you're done, you spend $1 million with all the little add-ons, right? And so that's a value ladder for them. And airplanes are great with this. So lots of people buy the high ticket offer, right? So a lot of people will buy the first class ticket or the vacation package or whatever, but not everybody. See, so that's way down here on the ladder. Only a few people are going to buy that, but yet still people will buy that. And then the upsell may be business class. Then the core product may be economy, tripwire, that may be like, a beer or a glass of wine on the plane, and a lead magnet, that's the Sky Mall magazine that's sitting in the pocket of everybody. So airplanes do core products really well. Now, how does this apply to your business, and what can you do? What can you do with this? Sarabjit says, Chad, I don't see what the 12 weeks will cover. Sarabjit, if you'll go to the CF Design Academy, I posted an email today in there. And if you're on my email list, I sent you an email today. But if you'll go in there, I copied that email and posted it in the page, and you can see that. If somebody watching this, if you guys want to grab that post and you can put it in here, that would be great. Just take the permalink and put it in there so people can find it. But I outlined what those 12 weeks will be in that academy. But let's talk about how do you do this for your business? How do you do this for your business to make sense? Well, first and foremost, one of the biggest mistakes that I see so many people make is they will start right here down at the bottom. They want to figure out what's their lead magnet. What can I do to get people in? And I'm like, no, you don't want to start with the lead magnet. What you want to do is you want to start with the high ticket, okay? So let's say this is the high ticket should be somewhere between $5K and $25K, okay? So my clients, have a high ticket somewhere between $5K and $25K. That's really where you want to end up going. If you have a $25,000 product and you want to make 6 figures, you're only going to sell 4 of those all year long, and you made $100,000, right? So you have to have a product that justifies $25,000. So you always start there where you want to end up, even though you know that in your funnel, even though you know only a few people are going to take it, okay? Even though you know that, that's where you start. You always start with the end in mind. Where do you want to go long term? Where do you want to spend the majority of your time? Because remember, this time thing, this continuum here, the more time you spend on something, okay, the more money that it costs. So you want to be spending the majority of your time right here doing the high ticket offer, okay? So do you have a high ticket offer? I came out with one a few months ago. It's $24,900, okay, and I have a high ticket offer. And I was super excited about that, and that's always where I wanted to go. Not everybody will take it. Not everybody can take it. Not everybody can afford it. Not everybody needs it. But there are a certain group of people in my industry that not only want that, not only can afford that, but need me to do it for them. So I have that. But if I didn't have it, then nobody ever would buy it, okay? So your high ticket. Now, the next thing you do, once you have your high ticket, you begin to work backwards, okay? You begin to work backwards. Now, your backwards is your upsell, okay? Is your upsell. The upsell is what else do you have, okay? So with my high ticket, if you were to go to my if you guys want to see mine, I'll just put it on here. You can go to my launchit.online/coaching. Okay, if you want to see this, I'll put this in all my chat rooms. Launchit.online/ and I don't care if you buy. That's not what I'm showing you. I just want to show you what I have. Okay, that way you can. So I got 3 rooms I'm moderating here. So if you were to go to my launchit.online/coaching, okay, and you were to just jump on there and start looking at stuff of what I have, you'll see that I have a $24,900 product, okay, way down at the bottom. It's called Partnership Coaching, and it's coaching from ideation to activation. It includes 8 weeks of one-on-one coaching, plus I'll build your entire funnel for you, and then I'll be your accountability partner for an entire year, keep you motivated, inspired, on task. Okay, and then you're going to have Voxer access to me. In other words, meaning that you're going to be able to, you know, on the phone, literally, you'll have my mobile number. You'll not only will you have my mobile number, but you'll also have walkie-talkie access to me. You're just going to get it. Okay, you're going to have it, and you'll have that access to me on quite a while. That's my high end, right? So if eventually I want everybody to go there, then I got to start thinking, like, what else do I have? So logic would say that you want to come down and you want to start on your upsell, but there's a problem. Okay, there's a problem with that. If I go directly to my upsell, it may be incongruent with everything else. So what I teach is you start with your high ticket. Okay, you start with this bad boy right here. You start with your high ticket, and then you work your way backwards, and you go all the way back down to the beginning to your lead magnet. And you want your lead magnet and your high ticket to be married. Okay, you want your lead magnet and your high ticket to be married. Now, why do you want your lead magnet and your high ticket to be married? This is what we call qualifying a prospect. Qualifying a prospect. So if I were to say, hey, everybody, if you would like a free Starbucks Thibodeaux iced tea, if you want one for free, I'm going to give you a Trenta Starbucks Passion Fruit iced tea. All you got to do is put your name and email address, and in the next 30 minutes, a Starbucks iced tea will show up at your office. How many lead magnets do you think I'll get? How many opt-ins do you think I'll get? Well, a lot, right? I'll probably get a ton of opt-ins on this particular thing if I offer a free Starbucks. The problem is, so it's not easy to get, it's not difficult to get people into your email database. You can get them, just give something away for free that people want, and you can get them in. The problem is this has got to be married to the high end. So if this has nothing to do with my partnership coaching, which is my high end, if this has nothing to do with my partnership coaching, then all I'm doing is cluttering my email database with people who don't really want me, people who don't need me. They're not my target audience. They're not my target client. And all they're going to do is they're going to unsubscribe, which hurts my deliverability rating. They're going to report me, which hurts my deliverability rating. It's more emails are going to go in spam when that happens, and it's ultimately going to hurt me if I have a large email database full of people who don't really want my stuff. So it's not a very good idea. It's not a very good idea to just give something away just for the sake of giving it away, because you're going to hurt yourself in the long run. So what you want is you want to say, no, I'm not just going to give something away in order to grab an email. I'm going to give something away that's married to my high end, so I know that the people who get that, who opt in for that, will also be people who could potentially buy my high end. Do you see that? So on my value ladder right here, okay, I want to marry, I want to marry my lead magnet with my high end. So I will come back to my value ladder, and on my value ladder, my partnership coaching says, in this program, Chad will coach you from ideation to activation to thriving. You'll get the deep dive coaching package, plus the top 30 and 30 business and funnel package. In addition, he'll be your accountability partner, keeping you motivated, inspired, and on task for an entire year. After the 8-week coaching program, you'll have Voxer access to Chad, where you'll be able to ask him questions and get a direct answer during business hours for an entire year. And then if you want to, you can spend an entire day with Chad and his team, either at your location or at his. Just simply add on a fee for that, okay? So who would ultimately get that package, okay? Well, for me, it all has to do with my target audience. Our audience are speakers, pastors, coaches, consultants, and authors, okay? So that's my target audience. So I want to find out, are you speaking? Do you have a life-giving message? Do you have something that is going to help the masses with your product? Well, then you could be a fit for me. Are you an author? Have you written a book that helps people? Are you a pastor? Do you believe that your words motivate and bring hope and inspire? And you're trying to figure out a way how to break out of the church bubble and get into a little wider circle of influence so your words and message can be more impactful. Are you a coach? Like, do you love to do what I do? Do you like to coach people to success? Are you a consultant? Are you somebody who can go in and look at an organization and be able to understand what its needs are and give them a set of prescriptions in order to be successful? Well, if you are, chances are my coaching, my teaching, my training, my abilities will be able to help you. So on a lead magnet, if that's my niche audience, and those are the people who have been my high ticket, then it makes a lot of sense then that I come down here and I build a lead magnet designed specifically to those folks, okay? So I want to come down here to this lead magnet, and I want to say, hey, if you're a pastor and you're trying to expand your circle of influence, okay, and I eventually want to be able to coach them, then I've got to give them a lead magnet that makes sense. So I may come up with something that says, okay, pastors, how to get 50% of your community to watch your next marriage and family sermon series. Okay, 7 ways to get 50% of your community to watch your next sermon series. Okay, that would be beneficial to a pastor, right? That would be really helpful. I could offer it because remember, it's called a value ladder. This is called a value ladder. Okay, I could offer value to a pastor, which would offer value to his constituency, and they could do that for free. That would be a huge win. And also what it would do for me is it would allow me to only put qualified people in my lead magnet. Why? Because if my target audience was pastors, then a non-pastor, why in the world would they download a free PDF on how to reach more people in your community using your sermons if they're never going to give a sermon, right? So the chances are of someone not being in my target audience to download that and opt into my email is really, really, really slim. And so because of that, I want to make sure that my lead magnet is very specific to my niche audience, and my lead magnet is married up here to my high ticket offer. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I see so many people make, is this right here. They'll come up with a lead magnet, and it's a good lead magnet, but it has nothing to do with the rest of their value ladder. And then when they start driving traffic to those people, their conversion rates are really low, and they're wondering, why? And then their cost per click on Facebook goes incredibly high. And they'll blame the Facebook ads guy. And I'm like, no. Don't blame the Facebook ads guy. The problem is your lead magnet and your high end have nothing to do with each other, and you're attracting the wrong crowd. So you have to make sure that you have the right people coming into your lead magnet, and whatever you design with your lead magnet is married to your high ticket offer. So that's what I say. So start with a high ticket offer. Where do you ultimately want to go? And then come all the way back down here and build your lead magnet. Okay, does that make sense? What questions do you have? Kathy says, it's taken me a year to formulate this question. Does your value ladder steps coincide with your funnel steps? I think in my mind they do. So in the example that you're giving today, all my LTO would lead to a $24,000 offer. Kathy, the best way that I can answer that is yes, but it doesn't have to. Okay, and what I mean by that is, and you're going to see a little bit later on in the training, what I'm going to talk to you about is I'm going to simplify this value ladder and actually break it down to three steps for you. Okay, and what I'm going to tell you is that you're going to be creating multiple what we call front-end offers. See, a front-end offer for a lead magnet or a tripwire, this is the front-end step right here. This front-end offer is ultimately just going to drive traffic to your funnel. So once we get the high-ticket upsell and core product done, we're not going to touch those, okay? We're going to build these and we're going to leave them alone, okay? We're going to build this and we're going to leave it alone. But this is going to change multiple times, okay? This will change multiple times. So your lead magnet, you can have various front-end offers. So for instance, my coaching, so I have my one-on-one coaching, the partnership coaching. I have the deep dive coaching. I have the Tribe 100, and now I have the Launch 90X webinar coaching. And then I have a smaller coaching called concierge coaching, which I give to other people to do. I don't do that one any longer. So those are my core product, upsell, and high ticket offer, right? Those aren't going to change. Now that I've got those established, those are going to stay the same, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create different what we call a front-end offer. I'm going to create different front-end offers to grab traffic and get them into my funnel, okay? If you do it this way, I'm going to grab traffic and bring them into my funnel, and then ultimately I'm going to nurture them all the way down to eventually they can get the high ticket offer. But what I know with my niche, I don't have to provide different types of one-on-one training or different types of groups training for every various niche. So I can offer the same training to pastors that I offer to speakers, that I offer to authors, that I offer to coaches, that I offer to consultants, because the premises are the same. They've got transferable principles that will work in every particular niche. And so because of that, my high-end offers can all be the same. But my lead magnets are going to be a little bit different. My lead magnets are going to be niche specific. So my lead magnet, if I'm trying to get a pastor into my coaching, I'm going to do an entire campaign specifically to pastors. If I'm trying to get an author in my campaign, I'm going to do a campaign specifically to authors. So my front end, my lead magnet and tripwire, those can be niche specific that lead to a broader approach, whereas if I take a broad approach, if I say, hey, speakers, pastors, coaches, consultants, authors, you should get this 7 steps to building your Facebook page, it's really, really diluted, and not a lot of people are going to take me up on it. So I like to say, make your lead magnet marry your high ticket offer, and then make it niche specific. So if I have, I'll show you how I do this. If I have speakers, if I have pastors, I'm writing this down. If I have coaches, if I have consultants, and I have authors, if that's my 5 target audiences that I'm trying to go after, okay, if I have those, then what I do is I like to write them here in the lead magnet, and then I'll do a campaign for each of them, okay? And I'll do a different lead magnet eventually for each of them, okay? So my lead magnet will sort of look like this. And then so what I do is I do a rifle approach, okay, a laser-focused approach on each and every one. Now, in the end, they're all going to get the same core product. They're all going to get the same upsell. They're all going to get the same high ticket, okay? But because my niche is so different, I'm going to do a separate campaign. Then what's going to happen, and I wasn't planning on getting to this, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to segment them, okay? And what I mean by segment is, if I've got 5 different lead magnets eventually, you only have to have 1 to start. But if you have 5 different lead magnets eventually, then what I want to do is when somebody opts into my, I can't find it. When somebody opts into my speaker lead magnet, I'm going to then put a tag on them in Actionetics or in Aweber or Infusionsoft or whatever autoresponder have. I'm going to put a tag on them that says they are a speaker. Okay, and so I'm going to tag them so I can segment them. So if I want to write an email just to my speakers, or I want to write an email just to my pastors, or I want to write an email specifically to my authors, I can write that specifically to them, and I can still keep them in the same value ladder. I no longer have to break it up any longer, okay? So this would be, let's say that you, I don't know, pick an industry. Let's say that you were selling e-commerce, okay? You were selling some kind of e-commerce product, and you know that your high-end offers are all going to be the same, but you're going to have various front-end offers. Okay, so you're going to have some small front-end offers. You know, you maybe offer somebody, let's say you're selling a flashlight, and one person's getting a cell phone cover, and another person's getting a key fob, whatever it is. You're going to drive a lead magnet specifically to those people. And when they come in, and just have your autoresponder put a tag on them so you can keep them separate. That way, all the marketing that goes to them is laser focused to them. Why would you do that? Because your conversions will go way up. Whereas if you just give everybody generic marketing, they're gonna do with their generic marketing the same thing that you do with your generic marketing. It's gonna end up in the trash can, and it's probably gonna end up with them opting out of your program. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so let's come back to this. So we start with our high ticket offer, okay, way up at the top. What do I want to spend the majority of my time with? And then I come all the way back down and I build a lead magnet that marries my high ticket offer. So anybody who takes my lead magnet, I know that they're a candidate. I've already qualified them for that. Now on your lead magnet, then what you want to do is you immediately want to move them to some kind of tripwire. Now let's talk about a tripwire, okay? A tripwire. Now, for those of you who are just joining, I put in this training, and I'll recopy it. Hopefully it works. I put in a link here where you can get a professionally designed Let's see if I can get this. You can get a professionally designed lead magnet. Make sure that works. And yes, it does. Professionally designed lead magnet worksheet that would basically just help you tell you what kind of lead magnets you can create. So, for instance, you want it to be ultra specific. So, I've got an 8-point lead magnet checklist. So we say we want it to be ultra specific. We want it to be about one big thing. We want to speak to a known desired end result. We want them to have immediate gratification. We want it to shift the relationship, okay? So the best lead magnets do more than inform. They actually change the state and mindset of your prospect so they're pre-framed to engage in future business with your company, okay? You want it to have a high perceived value, okay, even though they're getting it free. Then you want it to have a high actual value, and then you want them to be able to consume it rapidly. So typically a good lead magnet can be consumed in 5 minutes or less. Some of you guys are coming up with like 30 days to do this and 27 days to do this. And I'm like, a good lead magnet to a cold audience is going to be something you can digest in 5 minutes or less. A tripwire, on the other hand, is a little bit different, okay? A tripwire, you can be a little bit more specific. You can ask for a little bit more demands from them, and you can require them that they pay you a little bit of money. But the thing with the tripwire that you want to create your little 8-point checklist is you want it to be impulsive. So in other words, you want when they get the lead magnet, you want them to be able to buy immediately, okay? The best tripwires are like, like you go to the grocery store. Like, for instance, we were in where we were at Home Goods yesterday with my kids. Home Goods and Target are sister companies. And so you check out, you can shop at both stores and check out at the one. And they make you go through this really, 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 really long aisleway, and they make you turn a corner before you can get to the cashiers. And in this long aisleway, they have candles and socks and bath mats and breath mints and ho-hos and ding-dongs and Cokes and peanuts and things that you didn't even know you needed. They got all this crap down this long aisle, and you can't go down that aisle without like having everybody stop and look at all this stuff, right? That's an incredible tripwire. What they're saying is, this is, you got my, you're getting ready to go check out. Thank you. We really appreciate that. But now, before you do, get all this stuff, okay? That's impulsive. They're putting it there because they know that you could be impulsive and you could buy from them, which is going to increase your cart value. You want tripwires to be simple. You want them to be understandable. You want them to be useful but incomplete. So in other words, you don't want a tripwire to answer all of their questions, because if it answers all of their questions, then they don't have anything for you to buy. So you want it to be useful but incomplete. And because it's inexpensive by design, you want them to quickly ascend to your next offer, which is the core offer, because they want more of it, okay? I'll show you this tomorrow in the Design Academy training. I'll show you how P. June did this, and it's brilliant, okay? You want it to have a high perceived value, and you want it to have a high actual value, but you want it to have a very low cost. So what I like to try to tell people is you want to give somebody something that's worth $270 for 27 bucks, okay? And what this does, what a tripwire does, is the reason why it answers your psychological question of what else do they have for me is you want people to say, what do I have to lose? It's only 27 bucks. Well, what do I have to lose? It's only 19 bucks. Well, what do I have to lose? It's only 7 bucks. Even if it's crud, I only lost 7 bucks. That's a great mental attitude that you want people to have with that. Why? Because they're going to come in with that attitude. You're going to blow them away with the value, and then your value, your personal value, your brand value is going to skyrocket, and they're going to continue down your value ladder, down your funnel, and they're going to buy more and more products. Okay, does that make sense? So number one, you start with your high ticket offer. Okay, where do you want people to end up with? Number two, you build a lead magnet that is married to the high ticket offer and is also niche specific. So in other words, it's specific. Let me get this closer. It's specific to the niche that you want to work with. So I want to work with speakers, pastors, coaches, consultants, and authors. So the lead magnets that I create I can create one specific for every industry. And then in my autoresponder, I segment them. So I have one list, but but I have a list of pastors and a list of authors and so if I want to segment them, so I say, okay, send this email to my entire list, but only people tagged with the pastor tag, then that email will go out to everybody. My autoresponder will sort them and will only send it to the people who got my lead magnet for pastors, okay? And that helps me provide specific training and specific marketing to them, which helps them add value to the process, okay? So number one, high ticket. Number two, lead magnet. So, specifically to your particular audience, segmented out. Number three, we're going to give them a tripwire, okay? A tripwire is something of high value that they can buy for a little bit of money, okay? And then that's going to move them to the third product, which is our core product, okay? Our core product. Now, core product, I've done a lot of teaching and trainings on core product, okay? A core product this is sort of what you're known for, okay? So think about Russell Brunson, okay? What is Russell Brunson known for, okay? What is he known for? When somebody thinks Russell Brunson, what do they think about, okay? They think about something. They think about ClickFunnels, okay? ClickFunnels. And Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels is $97 to $297 a month. Okay, it's a continuity program. It's $97 to $297 a month. It's what when we think of Russell Brunson, it's what we think about. ClickFunnels is what we think about. Okay, then so his core product would be ClickFunnels. Okay, $97 to $297 a month. But what are his tripwires? His tripwires are his books, Expert Secrets and .com Secrets. Expert Secrets and .com Secrets. Those are his tripwires, okay? Then he comes in and it's free plus shipping. You just give him a little bit of money. You come in and you get something of high value. And the first thing that he does when you buy those books, he'll put you through a funnel where you're going to buy the audio book, you're going to buy this, and then he's going to give you, before that funnel is over, he's going to give you access to his core product, which is a 14-day free trial to ClickFunnels. Well, why? Because ultimately, he wants the majority of his consistent residual revenue coming from his core product, which is ClickFunnels. Okay. Now he's got add-ons. So every, there's a upsell to everything, right? So you can give him a lead magnet, you can have a tripwire, you can have a core product, you can have an upsell, you can have a high ticket, but even your core product can have an upsell, right? So you have a core product and he's like, great, $297. Why don't you try or $97? Why don't you try the $297 where you can get Action X backpack? Okay, he's gonna give that to you, and then what he's gonna say, hey, you can get it free for 14 days, but you can click a button right now, and it's $297 a month. But if you want it for $167 a month, hit this button and buy the entire thing plus Funnel Hacker training, and then you're gonna get it for $997 one-time fee, which comes out to $167 a month. And you're like, whoa, that's savings of like $130 a month. Sign me up. You click the button and you get it. So even his core products has upsells, but a core product is something that you can build that will generate you consistent regenerating revenue, and it's ultimately what you become known for. Okay, it's ultimately what you become known for. So in my world, okay, my core product is beginning to shift. When I first got into this business, my core product was funnel building, okay, and I love funnel building. I'm really good at it, and I love it. And the more money I get paid for it, the more I love it. It's amazing how that works. But what I really love to do, what I'm really passionate about doing, what I really think I'm best at is training, is coaching, is teaching. And it's what I love to do. And that's why you'll see me on here every Monday. Every Tuesday, you'll see me for free in the Design Academy. On Thursday, you'll see my Launchfield TV, which kicks off this Thursday, by the way. Don't forget, Rachel Peterson will be on this Thursday. You see me do a lot of things around my love and my passion and my gifting and my calling, which is teaching. And so I've had a shift in my business. I had a shift moving from funnel designing to coaching as my core product. And so to do that, I offer a lot of bargains, right? So I just told you this morning about a new coaching program that I have called Launch 90X. It's a 12-week mastermind on launching your webinar, and I normally would charge $1,470 for that only from my Design Academy. So if you're not in my Design Academy, this doesn't apply to you, so you probably should go get on my Design Academy. It's free. Where we cut the price in half, and then I financed it for 12 payments of $6,150, and then I said, screw it. You pay the first payment of $6,150, and then I'll pay the next 11. I'll just forgive your debt for the next 11. And tons of you got in on that product. Okay, why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I want those trainings to ultimately become my core product, what I become known for, what I spend, what I get residual amounts of income from, and what I spend a little bit of time doing, but yet I get paid a lot of money for. Okay, those are mindsets of a core product. Okay, those are mindsets. Most people will start with a core product. Okay, and I tell you, don't do that. Okay, here I am, guys. I'm 3.5 years into my business, and I'm just now getting down to what really my core product is. Okay, and so you don't feel like you have to have that one figured out yet, but it's good to know. It's good to know. Then you're going to move. So my coaching. So with mine, my core product is my Launch 90X webinar training. I have the Tribe 100, which I spend very little time talking about right now because it's just in beta, and I've got a group of students, and I'm sort of keeping it small and intimate right now because I'm trying to figure stuff out, and they're amazing people, and they give me all kinds of grace, and I want that small and intimate so I can pour my heart and soul into them right now. So I have that, and then I have my concierge coaching. Those three coaching components make up my core product, okay? But then the upsell, people are going to say, well, what else do you have? That's the question that they ask on the upsell. So for the core product, this is what are you known for, okay? This is sort of what are you known for and what's going to help you build residual amounts of income. So this could be a continuity program. You know, this is something that you're going to get multiple streams of income from, you know, continuity or whatever, what you're known for. You know, this is your $27 a month. I have Launch Fuel right here. Okay, I have a $29 a month academy that people pay $29 for just to get all my content. That's right there. That's your core product. Okay, this is where you build multiple streams. You can have more than one. This could be 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. Russell Brunson's got quite a few. When you look at his value ladder, it's got quite a few. Okay, but it's right here. But the upsell answers this question: what else do they have that will help me? Okay, and this question is being asked by your consumer. These are people who've already, now notice, you've added value at every level. So you come over to this lead magnet, they're not going to take your tripwire if your lead magnet sucks, okay? So you have to add value. Then we've added value at your tripwire, then their chances are they're going to buy your core product, okay? And they don't look at it as buying, okay? When I bought Ping Jun stuff today, I spent a lot of money on, I don't even know what Ping Jun is. I just saw him speak one time at Funnel Hacker Live, and everybody talks about how this guy's, you know, the second coming of, you know, Jesus walking on water with Facebook ads, you know. I'm like, goodness gracious, you know, if this guy's really that great at Facebook ads. And then you look, and he got the $10 million award this year. He's got a ring to prove it. He spoke at Funnel Hacker Live. He's got a huge following. I'm like, man, if that many people following him and say he's that great, then I want to check it out. He targeted me. I saw a Facebook ad for him this morning. I clicked on it. I said, man, I'd love to hack this guy's funnel, and took it every step of the way, bought all of his stuff, looked at it, and I'm like, you know, that's really, really, really good. And what I found myself with was, well, what else does he have? What else does he have? And he sold me on it. What he said was, listen, you can do all this, but, I mean, you can do all this, but here's the deal. What if I could do it for you? And he got me thinking, oh, yeah, what if he could do it for me? Save me time, energy, effort. Okay, so I bought his program. I bought his upsell. Okay, now I'm naive to think that his $97 a month upsell, okay, over and above the other core product that I bought, over above the tripwire that I bought, over above the lead magnet that I downloaded, I'm naive to think that $97 a month upsell, which he also had an $897 a month lifetime value, I'm naive to think that that's his high ticket. What's he going to come back and hit me with here before too long? Before too long, I'm going to have an opportunity to get in like a mastermind group or a high-ticket coaching group or something that's worth $5,000 to $25,000. I guarantee you, within the next 7 to 10 days, he's going to hit me with a $5,000 to $25,000 offer. Now, the reason why he doesn't hit that with me automatically is because he hasn't built enough value in my life to be able to ask me for a $25,000 sale. And if he asks me for the $25,000 sale in this particular funnel right here, okay, then he knows that I'm probably going to say no. But if he can add value here, and then add value here, and then add value here, and get results here, and once I've sat with this process for a while, then I'm a lot more likely than to give him $25,000 after I build a relationship with him and after I have gotten results from him. Does that make sense? And so that's why your high ticket, you're going to build a funnel that's going to take you from here to here, but you're not going to hit them with this one until you've added enough value and built a relationship with them. Okay? So this right here is all about building relationship and adding value. When you've done those two things, build relationships and add value, then you earn the right to come back and ask for the high ticket offer. Now you say, Chad, doesn't that contradict a lot of your teaching? Because don't you teach to start with high ticket? Yes, I do. And the reason why I teach to start with high ticket is because you already have people in your circle of influence. You already have them in your circle, in your tribe. You have them there who you've already added value to them. They already know your worth. They already know your integrity. They already have relationships with you. And they are willing to pay you that big bucks because they already know who you are. So I always tell you to start with high ticket because you've already got some of those relationships, and your conversion rate on those relationships will be high enough for you to sell one or two of these in order to financially give you some breathing room, some margin in your life, so you can go then and build out this part of your funnel. So I hope that makes a lot of sense to you. So I want to just take a niche, and I know we don't have a ton of people on today, but I want to just take a niche, and I want to see if I can build out a niche for somebody. Does somebody have a business that they would like for me to build out a value ladder for? You say, hey, Chad, I've been struggling with this, and I'm going to give some free coaching right now, and I'm going to take you on, and then you'll have to be Johnny on the spot with me in the chat room. You can't bail on me because I'm going to ask you some questions. You got to reply. So if you'd like for me to build a value ladder for you, I would be more than happy to do that for you right this particular moment. First one that speaks is ends. Okay, so Michelle says, photography, fairy tale, please. Jodine is estate planning. Okay, Michelle, you're first in, so let's grab you. Okay, photography, fairy tale, please. Okay, so Michelle, what is your high ticket offer? Okay, so on yours, what is your high ticket? What is it? What is the most amount of money that somebody can spend with you? Okay, so what is the most amount of money they can spend? So if you guys are just tuning in, we're doing a training today on how to create a value ladder that adds value and creates multiple streams of income. And I'm not going to go back and rehash all of this, but I'd really encourage you to go back and watch this training, because this is so important as one of the foundational points of your business, that a lot of people don't have this in place, and so they're just sort of flying by the seat of their pants trying to build a business, and they're wondering why it's beginning to fail on them. Okay, so I want you to get incredibly focused. Karen says, Chad, can I ask, what is your lead magnet so I can understand the connection between this and the coaching high ticket? Karen, I'm a little different than what most marketing people do, okay? Just so you know. What you are doing right now is my lead magnet, okay? So I choose to do my business a lot different than most other people out there, and even different than what I teach. So what I do is I'm what Rachel Peterson would call the relationship funnel, okay? And so I choose to provide coaching like this as my lead magnet, okay, to build a following. So that's why I have my Design Academy, Launch Fuel Academy, and then my public group, and where I offer free training at least 2, if not 3 days per week, so I can add value and build relationships with people. So that is my lead magnet, my training, exactly what you're seeing on here watching me do. This is exactly what I do. And instead of getting people in my email database, I get a very small email database. What I do is I build relationships with them, get them into my private groups. And what I find is that's really where people spend money with me in the end, because I've got the best relationship with them, and then I don't have to go sell them. I don't have to, I don't do any of that. So the light came on for me that says, if your hot audience buys, has the highest level of conversion, then why don't I just go build a bigger hot audience? And so that's what I do. So that's why I just love on people. That's my, if I was to tell you my lead magnet, I love on people. Now, I have some built out lead magnets. I have and I give them away for free all the time. If you just watch my teaching, you'll see me just give them in, hey, if you guys want this, grab it. I don't ask people. I do what's called the optional opt-in. And so I don't ask people for their email address and stuff like that because I don't use a lot of email marketing. And so I use a lot of this kind of marketing, and it works really, really well for me. I don't recommend that for everybody, but that's what I do. So I have a lead magnet that's called 7 Steps to Getting Your First 100 Email Subscribers and Turning That into $10,000. So I've got that one. I've got a Launch Your Business in 7 Days, starting with high ticket offer. I've got that one. I got a ton of them. Most of my trainings that I do, I can turn into some kind of lead magnet. But I use this exactly what you're on right now. This is my lead magnet. I just want you coming in, get to know me, build a relationship with me. And what I know is, as long as I continue to bring the goods, you'll keep coming back. And that's what I've chosen to do. But I don't always recommend that for everybody. Michelle, darling, I was going to build a funnel for you, but I'm not seeing you answer my question. So Kina says, me, business coaching for performers. Kina, let's do yours, okay? What is your high ticket offer? What's the most amount of money people can spend with you? Liz, what's the most amount of money people can spend with you? So in your value ladder, we're going to start here. I can't build this unless I know where we're going. What is your high ticket offer? Okay. Mark, if you go to your webinar jam, if you go to the ClickFunnels Design Academy room and just click on the very first thing, you'll see all of that information you're requesting in the pinned post on Webinar Jam. Look up, please. I don't see it. All I see, Michelle, is I see photography, fairy tale, please. I see that. But then I asked, what is your high ticket offer? And I don't see that. So if I'm missing it, I apologize, but I don't see it in here. It says look up, please. I don't see it up. I don't see it in here. So copy and paste it and give it to me again. Liz says a complete sports club uniform order. Okay. Okay, so Liz, yours is actually relatively simple, okay? So Liz, if you take this, if yours is a complete sports club uniform order, then what you want to do is you want to come all the way down here, and you want to build a lead magnet that is married to this one right here. So what is something that you could give away that someone who ultimately would buy a complete sports club uniform order that they would want? What is something that you could give away? So what you want to think about is you want to think about, who is my target audience? Well, your target audience is coaches, is directors of sports leagues, parents with kids who play sports, because they get the coaches from parents, okay? Target them, and then so what I would do is I would give them something that has to do with sports club. I'd give them something away. I'd give something away for free. So I would give them, hey, would you like this free, coaching clipboard, where they can use a marker and they can diagram, all their stuff. Would you like this for free? Okay, just jump in. I'll give it to you for free. You just pay for shipping if you want to. I'd give that to them for free. Or I would give them a free report that says, let's say you're focusing on Little League. You do a little article that says something like, how old should you be before you specialize? Okay, and get somebody to write that article for you. People would want that. They'll download it, get in your email list. Only people with kids in sports are going to watch that. So the chances are of them being somebody that you want will be in that little realm for you. Or you could give them a coach. Do you coach Little League? ? Download the 7-step guide to building the perfect practice, something like that. So you could find somebody that could help somebody in that genre that only those people would download it. And then what you could do is you could have some kind of tripwire, okay? And the tripwire could be, if you were to take tripwire, you could do give them a hat or something like that, where, hey, we're going to give you an embroidered hat with your team name, your team logo. We'll pay for the hat. We just ask that you pay to get it there. So it's, you're going to get the free hat, pay $4.95 for shipping and handling. Okay, get them that, and then bam, now they got the tripwire. Okay, core product, your high ticket and your core product are probably pretty similar. Okay, and so what I would say then is if your front end offer is something for free to make sure that you're only focusing on coaches, and your tripwire is going to give them a coach's hat embroidered for free. All they pay for is the shipping. Then what I would do is I would start hitting them with a high-end. I would start hitting them with a high-end offer right away. That this something that says, hey, get your complete sports club uniform, and then here's a coupon for 30% off or whatever. You could start hitting them that way really quickly. So you don't have to have all 5 steps. You could just go lead magnet, tripwire, high end. Okay, because your high end and your core product, I believe, are pretty similar. So that's something that I would do. Keena, let me know. And guys, if you're commenting on here and I don't see it, I apologize. Okay, it wouldn't be the first time that that happens. So Keena, let me know what your high end ticket is, because I don't see it. Michelle says the Fairy Tale Studio System, $3,000. Okay, Keena, I see you swapped rooms on me. Okay, Keena, $6,000 for 12 months of coaching. Michelle says Fairy Tale Studio System for $3,000. Michelle, when I hear Fairy Tale, who is our target audience here? So like, are you focusing on like little girls? Like, do you dress them up in princesses? Like, tell me a little bit about your business, and then I'll be more than happy to build that out for you. Keena, 12 months for coaching. Keena, tell me who your target audience is. Okay, so if you're $6,000 for 12 months, which by the way is way too cheap, just so you know. Okay, unless it's group coaching. If it's one-on-one, that's way too cheap. Okay, just FYI. But let's come up here. So if your high ticket is $6,000 for 12 months, then what you're going to do is you're going to come all the way down here, and you're going to now focus on, you're going to ask the question, who is my target audience? So Keena, tell me who your target audience is. Michelle, tell me who your target audience is. And I'll help you build a lead magnet, and then we'll build the rest of the funnel, okay? Liz, does that make sense for you in your kid's sports organization? So I would write some kind of article or something that a coach would want to download that would really give him high value, that's a little unique, people would want it. And then from that, offer him like a coach's hat embroidered for free. All they pay is a $2.95 or $3.95 or $4.95 for shipping. And then right away move them over to the, hey, we can do your entire team. If they don't buy that, then the downsell would be, hey, how about shirts for all your coaching staff or something like that. So you could have a pretty decent little funnel there with what you're doing. Okay, Keena says me. All right, Keena, looks like you joined us again here, and I apologize if you guys are commenting and I'm just not seeing them. It would not be the first time that happened, okay? But I'm not seeing anything in here. Liz, if you're commenting, I can't see anything in here on you either, so I apologize if that's happening. Keena says, ideal client is a new or early stage professional, well-trained, very talented, star of their universe, theater program, struggling in real life. Oh, star of their university theater program, but they're struggling in real life. Okay. Keena, what type of coaching do you do? Are you coaching people? What type of coaching are you providing? Michelle Hunt, I still don't see your stuff. I see your $3,000 Fairy Tale Studio System. So once again, I apologize if Facebook is messing this up, but I would love to help you here. Who is your target audience? Are you focusing on little girls, making them look beautiful? Tell me a little bit more about what you do. Ideal client is I help them. Who's them? Ideal client is a new early stage professional, well-trained, very talented, star of the universe, theater program, struggling in real life. I help them on the business side of the industry. You got to tell me what industry, Keena. Are you helping people with, are you helping performers? Money, conscious mindset, audition mastery, branding, clarity. Okay, I'm beginning to pick up that I think you're working with actors maybe. Tell me who you're, I don't know what an early stage professional is. I think what you're referring to is when you say early stage, I don't think you're referring to as somebody in the early stage. I think you're actually talking about people who are early in their stage profession. Okay, I'm picking it up. They're in the entertainment industry, professional performance. Got it. Okay. So here's what I would do then. So if your high ticket here is $6,000 for 12 months, okay, if that's your high ticket, then let's go all the way down here. and let's talk about a lead magnet, okay? And so you're going to be targeting then, you're going to be segmenting your particular audience. So the question that you ask is, with this particular group, okay, you know that they've got some kind of pain, right? And so their pain probably is they're not getting their money conscious mindset, audition mastery, branding, clarity, and confidence. So you probably have some pain points around that. So the pain is they're probably not making very much money. They're probably starving artists, okay? They probably try to audition for some of their for some of their dream plays, and they're getting turned down, or they're not getting the parts that they want, okay? They don't know how to market themselves. They don't have the confidence to believe that they can actually charge the amount of money that they want, okay? So what I would do is, and Michelle, I see yours. I get right to yours. What I would do is I would come down here on the lead magnet, and I would solve one of those problems on my lead magnet. So let's say that they really struggle on how to audition, okay? So I would come up with like 7 steps to guarantee you get selected on that next big audition or whatever. And you're going to have to wordsmith it to make it sound like they would want. But I would give something like that. It would be free. Somebody say, oh, shoot, I want that. It doesn't take a huge commitment, but it adds instant value. If it checklist off those 8 things that we talked about earlier, bam, they grab it. Perfect. They're crashing and burning on auditions, okay? So you give them something like this. And then what I would do as a tripwire is I would come up with like a 30-minute to 60-minute training of having to do with auditions, and you teach them something on video, pre-recorded, and say, I normally charge $197 for this master class, and so you're going to do like a 60-minute teaching with 1 or 2 done-for-you resources, okay? And then you're going to call it a master class, okay? So your tripwire is going to be a master class where they can watch you teach them, coach them on how to audition, okay? And you're going to go in there, you're going to teach them, you're going to be in a studio, maybe up on stage or whatever. It's going to look really nice. You're going to record it. You're going to give 1 or 2 lead magnets away. So, hey, normally I charge $197 for this master class, but you can get it today for $19, okay? And then when they take that, then you're going to move them directly to a core product, okay? And a core product could be like, this could be joining a master class. This could be joining your group coaching program. If you had a continuity program, if you had an online course on this, whatever that would be the core product. And then your upsell, let's say that you have an online course, an online course there. Then an upsell right here could be get a free, in addition to my online training, I'm going to give you a free 30-minute evaluation and coaching session. You may charge a little bit more money for that, and then eventually you're going to get them into your high-ticket program. So that's something that I would do. Think about that. So my core product is a group coaching program, 4 months. Okay, that's your core product. Perfect. So if your core product is a group coaching program, 4 months, that's beautiful. What I would tell you is, if you have a group coaching program, outline your group coaching program, and then you can film your teaching of that group coaching program, and you've got a perfect online course as well, so somebody can buy both. Okay, and then your downsell would be, if they don't join your core program, your downsell would be, get my free online course. So I think you probably have a great online course in you. If you need a little help with that, I'd be happy to give you a little coaching on that. But that's what I would do. So knowing that you have group coaching, then I would start with just a free worksheet right here, 7 things they can do to make sure they get the next big play. Tripwire, it would be a 60-minute masterclass with 1 or 2 done for you resources. Core product would be your group coaching. Your upsell would involve a one-on-one, and then your high ticket would be, hey, let's work together on 6 months. The nice thing about having a one-on-one on your upsell is, a lot of times when you're on the phone, you can actually upsell them to your high ticket. And what you can do many times is you can say, hey, listen, you're already paying, $99 a month for the group coaching program. What if I give you that coaching program for free? You really need a lot of one-on-one work. Hey, I normally charge $12,000 for my high ticket. I'm going to give it to you $6,000, and I'm going to give you the group coaching for free. Okay, that may be a really good value ladder for you to be able to create together to put them in that. So I think that would be really good for you. Michelle says, I teach other photographers. Oh, I like this. I teach other photographers how to build their 6-figure successful fairy tale studio, offering themed photography for children. I love it. Okay, I love that. Okay, and you got it. You have a great business. The reason why you have a great business is so many photographers out there are stuck with trying to find a niche. What is their niche? Okay, what is it? What can they do? So lead magnet right here is, I would create like some kind of article that says like 3 unique niches, okay? 3 unique niches that you can use to double the amount of clients that you get in your photography business, okay? Something like that. So you come up with 3 unique niches, okay? And then your tripwire could be right here. So if they get that, okay, your tripwire, then you're going to want something to sell. Once again, I actually think that this could be a master class, just like Kina was doing, teaching a photographer how to. This is the what. I'm going to say how, but I actually mean the what. Teaching them something that they can do in their business to be able to set themselves apart from other photographers. Core product, which remind me how much you were selling this for. $3,000 fairy tale system, okay, which is not really super high. So I would actually make that your core product. Your core product, I would make your $3,000 deal where, hey, we're going to come and Michelle, is this one-on-one coaching or is this group coaching? And how long does it take you? This $3,000, is this a one-day consultation or is this an ongoing consultation? Because what I can see you do, you have a great upsell. Your upsell could be is you could have a guy like me or somebody else design an entire marketing system, including all the funnels, email sequence, swipe files, all of that good stuff. You could include an entire branding package right here as your upsell, okay? So you could come in here, you give them a lead magnet, you sell them a little 30-minute masterclass, you get them. Oh, it's group. Okay, you get them in your group coaching here for $3,000, and then what I would do is I would upsell them to your full marketing package, including your funnels, email sequences, swipe files, etc. And then what I would do is I would offer them a high-end, maybe a $12,000 to $20,000 high-end coaching package where you fly to their location and you help set all of this up for them and get them set up for success for free. And then you may do something like, you have an 8 weeks membership portal. Okay, I see. Yeah, so I think that your $3,000 thing could be right here. I don't think I'd make $3,000 up here. You're too gifted of a photographer, too gifted of a coach to be $3,000. So I bring your $3,000 here, sell them a full marketing system here, and then they can pay you some significant dollars. What I would do is they could come up with half down, so they pay you $12,000 down. That'll get you there. You set it all up and stuff like that, and then charge them $2,000 a month until it's done. Okay, but I'm assuming that with a fairy tale business, you're helping them create a 6-figure business is going to be my guess. So if you're helping them create a 6-figure business, it would be worth to them to pay you $24,000 to do that if in their first year they're going to be able to 4x their ROI. Okay, so that's what I would do. So some kind of lead magnet here, some kind of article that gets them thinking about their photography business, how to create different niches, a tripwire, teaching them on something on how to begin to transition themselves from traditional photography to niche-based photography, a group coaching program where you teach them how to do the fairy tale thing, and you're going to show them all the ins and outs, upsell them on the full marketing system, and then high ticket where you're going to charge them $12,000 to $25,000 to fly you out there, and you're going to teach them how to create their very own 6-figure fairy tale business. That's what I do. Okay, that's what I do. So, Liz says, thanks, Chad. I don't know why I always get stuck on this part. I know the how, but the what always eludes me. Liz, I don't know if you can afford it or not, but I would tell you something that you should think about my Tribe 100 group coaching. It's really inexpensive right now, but you should really think about it. The reason is it has nothing to do with my teaching and training, although I think it would really help you, is there are people in that group that will rub shoulders with you that will help keep you unlocked as you build your business. So maybe something that you want to look into for your particular business. All right, gang. Hey, I hope that helped. I have a lot of fun teaching these, but it's 11:30. I'm a little bit over my time today, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to send me a direct message right here on Facebook. I'll be more than happy to help. And don't forget, today at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be doing a drawing. Okay, I'm going to be doing a drawing, and somebody is going to win a trip to Arizona. So be sure to be on that call. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Michelle says, oh, thank you, Michelle. Michelle says, awesome, you're the best. Oh, oh, look at that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right, guys, have a blessed day. We'll see you later.